It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we'll get a look at Joe Burrow. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Saints and the Panthers under the lights on Sunday night.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in downtown New Orleans at the Caesars Superdome. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Carolina Panthers taking on the New Orleans Saints. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Saints team as they enter play. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games. On the other side of the field for the visiting Panthers, they come in off another victory a weekend ago. That ran their win streak up to 7 now.
And I think that win last week established them as Super Bowl frontrunners. They're playing with confidence and swagger, and you need that to go.
Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a man who took that huge jump everyone had hoped for in year 2. One of the game's brightest young stars. And that's Trevor Lawrence.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win. And that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Lawrence. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. So, Charles, this defense, they definitely know what they've got their hands full here, going up against a group that has won 7 straight. What's the key for them in this ball game?
Well, we asked their defensive coordinator.
The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. With it is Jackson. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And leading them out, a man who has led his team to the conference championship game the last 2 seasons, winning it 2 years ago. Here's Joe Burrow.
I like this guy. And the reason I do, he tends to stand an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's 2nd down. First carry now for Jaleel McLaughlin. They'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. You look at this Carolina defense. They were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
I would have loved to have been in their meetings this week and hear that grizzled old defensive coordinator talk about, well, you did okay, guys. We did all right. Holding them to 13 was pretty good. But this week, I expected to be less than that.
I'm going to need to hear that a lot more often. I don't know what it was, but I liked it. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Back deep, Nyheim Hines. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this will be covered up. Pretty good result. It'll be down at the 14-yard line. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their 2nd drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. 2nd possession. See if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Now Lawrence. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarter.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Down the right sideline. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. A big play there for Carolina. 69 yards.
Oh, big-time credit. What a play design there. They wanted to get him loose in the open field, and they succeeded. He had all sorts of room to operate in, and they finally track him down inside the 5-yard line.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. They'll send one of those 2 tight ends in motion. Edwards. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Henry diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown.
You think back to some of the great goal line bruisers of the past, the Earl Campbells, the John Riggins, the Marshawn Lynches. I think you can put Derrick Henry right in that group as he scores there with another patented Derrick Henry run.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Out comes the Saints offensive unit and the NFC playoff race. Let's have a look at it. Now the current playoff picture, and you can see they are one of those 3 wild card teams, at least for the moment, but they have not clinched that spot, Charles. And look, their message has been clear. We're keeping our foot on the gas to the very end.
And how about the theater and the drama that's involved, partner? The best part, we got a front row seat to it all. And I think this is obviously the ultimate goal when they added a 7th seed to the playoffs back in 2020. More drama, more teams in it late in the season, and more importance on games like this.
The give is to McLaughlin. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. You look at this Carolina defense. It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And from analyzing them and talking with their defensive coordinator, we know they have a full playbook. So look for them to mix up coverages, pressure one play, fall back the next. They'll do a lot of different things trying to confuse the offense. That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
Hines now on the return. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Lawrence. That'll be caught by the big tight end Andrews. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Lawrence will throw. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. Here's Lawrence to throw. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 42. But to throw again is Lawrence. A quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. These two teams, they met in Charlotte earlier in the year with the Panthers coming out on top. So they'll be looking for the win here in New Orleans to complete the season sweep. Oh, now Godwin with a chance to run it. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a 1-touchdown game.
They had a chance there to really build a nice early lead, go up a couple of scores. But it doesn't hit that one quite right, and it winds up an empty possession.
Now the Saints coming back out ready to go for this next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Lamb in motion left. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And they'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. On the handoff, McLaughlin. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And it'll find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Now, during that run, an injury here, we got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. They go play action with Burrow. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
They're giving him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
That is caught. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. They will throw on first down with Burrow. That's into the hands of McLaughlin. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler, and he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Now it's Burrow. He's going to get that to his run back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Saints first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And where the time has expired on the first quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. They'll run. It's McLaughlin. He can't get him down. The great move couldn't free him. Taken down at the 10. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. They're passing here. Joe Burrow fighting to stay upright. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. A chance to get some momentum here in the second quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, sure, you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you didn't get it in, but I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. It's only the second quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I don't want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive.
Got to be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that you don't have a chance to win this game.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. This is 2nd and 8.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
They didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
Able to push his way through. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
On 2nd down, it's Edwards. Powering forward, stays on his feet. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Lawrence completes a Mooney on the slant. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
Holding, offense.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Here's Lawrence. He's got his man. It's Andrews. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. From the 29, here's 2nd down and 7. Now Lawrence to throw. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Zach Cunningham from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's to the sideline and incomplete. 4th down after the New Orleans defense holds serve. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Yeah, and sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. They can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. And they're coming off a fourth down gamble that last drive that backfired CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they wanted to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on fourth down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
On second down, Burrow. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Danielle Hunter in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
The offense on third down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 16. On the screen, this is Eckler. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Lawrence. And this will be caught by Mooney. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Inside handoff, Henry. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. Here now, 3rd and a yard. Now Lawrence. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. Yet again, targeting and finding Mark Andrews. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Samuel going to go in motion right. A fake on the jet sweep. Now Lawrence off play action. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. And they'll fake the jet sweep and run up the middle with Henry. And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. On second down, Lawrence. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Mark Andrews with touchdown number 7 on the year. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. What a great weapon. So often, such a big mismatch.
And there's no route he can't run. You name it, he's going to do it. And he's a matchup nightmare for the defense. No matter who they put on him, he's going to win the battle.
Now Myers for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it's Mark Andrews who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The New Orleans offense set to take over. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Frank Reich not so sure about that last call. He's going to go ahead and throw out the challenge flag. Winds up a very good call there defensively to challenge that one, as that now will wind up an incomplete pass. On the ground, here's McLaughlin. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. Here's 3rd and 6. Burrow will throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. This one left side caught by Collins. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. Now it's Burrow. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get touchdown, New Orleans. Jerry Jeudy, 36 yards. And the Saints get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, a full half to be played. Extra point try, good by Gano. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. And no thought of a return here for Hines. The Panthers going to go back on offense here late in this first half. But just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this. But you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room. That's complete to Mooney. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. On 1st down, Lawrence. And his throw here is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Now Lawrence to throw on 2nd down. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Lawrence going to throw again. Finding Taysom Hill complete. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. And that one too wide and incomplete.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Lawrence. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Deebo Samuel in the final seconds of the first half. And the Panthers will extend their lead here just before halftime.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. The extra point now coming from Myers. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's Deebo Samuel who caps things with a touchdown reception. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. This will be caught. Judy. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So we come upon halftime, intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. It was Derrick Henry, as he normally does, making his impact felt in that first half. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. This fielded right at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's McLaughlin. 7 yards there and a first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Running on first down, Eckler. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
On 2nd down, here's Burrow. Open man downfield is long. It's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. And you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
A carry for McLaughlin. We'll take it inside the 25.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Now it's Burrow. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
Here's Burrow. These guys running back out of the backfield. Touchdown! Austin Eckler from 21 yards away. And the Saints are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Gano the extra point, and the lead down to 10, 24-14. Nyheim Hines now out of his end zone. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. On the counter, it's Henry. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. Well, we know how difficult it is to slow down Derrick Henry. That time they went to the face mask, and that's a pretty easy call.
They're just trying to figure out any way possible to get him down, but you just have to wonder if that might make him just a little bit madder. He already runs angry, and that's when he's in a good mood.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
Lawrence is thrown into the hands of Andrews. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Tenth carry now for Derrick Henry. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. 2nd down, they go again with Henry. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. Looking to throw Lawrence. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
On is the punter Hecker as he gets this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Set to take over once again. Out comes the Saints offense. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, well,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
On second down now, it's McLaughlin, and he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. And that leaves them with 3rd and long, which means you got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run back.
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Quinnen Williams drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down.
One of the best in the NFL in no small part because of his running ability. But on that play, didn't matter to the defense at all. Nice stop for them, a feather in their cap for getting the sack and brought down one of the toughest guys to catch in the NFL.
Here comes the Saints punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this returnable for Hines. So possession goes over here on the punt, and they will take over 1st and 10. Carolina getting set to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. A 1st down carry for Henry. Shedding the tackle. And he'll take this down to the 33.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
41 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Godwin, the motion man. From the gun, he'll hand this off. Fighting through. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Back to the ground now. It's Henry. The broken tackle could not free him as he's brought down at the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And the busy night for Henry continues. Now he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Derrick Henry with career touchdown number 91. He joins a group that includes Tony Dorsett and Isaac Bruce, among others. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Now Myers for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that drive goes 8 plays. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
At the 26-yard line.
Burrow looking to pass. And that is taken in by Njoku. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. Clock showing 90 seconds to go in the third. They'll run on first down. McLaughlin, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Coming in to put a lick on him was Levante David.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. And he is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. And right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
That's into the hands of McLaughlin. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the 4th quarter of play. Now Burrow. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A first down and then some. Give him 29 yards.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now a give right side. It's McLaughlin. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 4 yards there on the carry. Gets it back to 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
They'll keep it on the ground. McLaughlin. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a gain of 5 on the play. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
Burrow will throw. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jerry Jeudy with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Saints have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point try good by Gano, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Hines opting not to risk it, and this will come out to the 25. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now Lawrence to throw. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Henry up the middle. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for the first with Edwards. And he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did that time for a loss.
Here's Johnny Hecker now as he's on to punt for Carolina. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The New Orleans offense set to take over. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. Now Burrow on 1st down. That's complete. It's Collins. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Now it's Burrow. And this one quickly to Lamb. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. 2nd down and a yard. The give is to McLaughlin. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give him a lot of confidence to help turn things around. From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers 33. A very well executed play. It goes for 29 yards. And in a 2-score game, obviously every play, every 3rd down like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
On 1st down, it's McLaughlin. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Chuck Clark, the outside linebacker, dropping him for a loss of 6.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Pass complete to Judy on the out route. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Panthers will get the football back. So they really needed points here in a two-score game. Could not come away with anything there on fourth.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock. And this is second and less than a yard. Again, it's Henry. There's the stiff arm. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And now hang on here. Looks like we have an injured player. Yeah, Mark Andrews is in some discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. A handoff running left, Henry. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
2nd and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Up the middle, here's Edwards. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. On 3rd down, Lawrence. He's got his target. That's complete. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Holding offense.
And they get Jack Conklin there, the right tackle. After the penalty, it's Henry. Shoves him aside. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. And he's brought down, but not before a really nice stiff arm to create a little space. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. 3rd and 9 here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
So on now comes the kicker. It's Jason Myers. This is a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
So all eyes on the Saints offense. Down by 13, a minute 16 remaining. A crushing loss to their playoff chances on the horizon, barring a huge turnaround here. Starting with 1st and 10. Now Burrow. That's complete to Lamb. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Here comes 2nd down and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
To throw, Burrow. He's got Eckler.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
Burrow. He'll get this complete to Collins, and he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
This definitely four-down territory at this point, but a critical third down here. Burrow. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And they're able to stop it here on the spike with 3 seconds remaining. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. A final shot now for Burrow. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared. But executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
So for Carolina, the win moves them to 12-1 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they can ill afford to drop too many more as they fall to 7-6 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.